And this is my audience: Dave, Bo, Brett, Aaron, and Allie. Hello, my name is Doug Sigismund, and I'm here to talk about whether college athletes should be paid to play during their time in college. Obviously, both sides of this debate are very presentable, and it's a hot topic here that's being debated lately. And so first of all, let's start with the college athlete. Obviously, there's many hours devoted into his or her day, devoted to class, homework, study time, on top of their sport. But if you would compare that to an average student, for example, a study done at Stanford University, authored by Maurice Ohayon, she found out that 62.4 of the students were involved in an extracurricular activity, and they devoted 16 hours per week. So let's go back to the athletes' week. Let's say there's 4 days, they practice 4 days a week, and the practice is 3 hours long. We're looking at about 12 hours a week plus their event, between 3 and 4 hours. We're still looking at about 16, 17 hours. So a lot of people, their first argument to whether the athlete should get paid or not is, well, they're spending so much time on the practice field and they have to come back to schoolwork, where, well, the majority of the other students, they're also spending a lot of other time, doing their extracurricular activities as well as their homework, schoolwork, and studying. So basically, that argument is irrelevant. And also, by law, those college students can't be held over 20 hours a week practicing. Another argument for paying these athletes, obviously these universities are paid a lot. They're paid a whole lot of money, but they don't share any of that revenue. And some people believe that these athletes do deserve some of the piece of the revenue pie. For example, according to Eric Chemy's study, his article, for the Texas Longhorns, they expanded their football revenue from $25.6 million in 2000, and then in 2011 they expanded $103.8 million. So why not share all that revenue? Well, the first reason, generating all this money into a pool for college athletes would essentially turn this into a bidding war when it comes to recruiting. For example, the Texas Longhorns, for example, they could out-recruit Texas Tech, and Texas Tech would become, therefore, the inferior school, and therefore make conferences top-heavy. It would basically turn NCAA collegiate sports into, you purchase these players. Also, there's already enough lying, cheating, backstabbing, whether it's the phone calls or different kind of things in the recruiting processes done by the coaches and the players and the booster clubs, that adding money to this situation would just make matters worse. Also, the NCAA, it wouldn't be amateur anymore if these kids were playing, or if these kids were earning money during their time in college. Also, a lot of reasons for us fans. We watch these kids play because these athletes are, putting it all out on the field because, not because of money, but because they're representing their school, themselves, and then eventually they're going to get to the pros if they can, where there they can make their money. Another reason why these athletes, I believe, should not get paid, there's something called Title IX. It's a civil law. Basically, it states that the boys' football team cannot receive any benefits that, for example, the women's volleyball team can't receive. And there's already enough, grants, scholarships, financial aid, and what more could they possibly need? So, at the end of the day, there's going to be obviously reasons why these students should or should not get paid. But I believe the system isn't broken. Why not fix it, or don't fix it? And we understand that there's a lot of pressure and hard work and a lot of time spent when it comes into these student athletes. But I believe that's what college is all about, and it's about finding better ways to better yourself, without cash flowing out of your pockets. And I think college is ultimately it's ultimately there to find your career path, whether it's a dream job or it's making it as a professional athlete. Thank you.